that I want to share with you is going to come through your pastor, Mike Schamberg, who has overseen our children for the last 6-7 years here at LifePoint and helped make this property as beautiful as it is. If you'd welcome with an applause, the hardest working man in Santan Valley, Mike Schamberg. Okay, thank you.
It was so on just 30 seconds ago. I must have hit that. All right, I'm Pastor Mike, and I'm so excited to talk to you this morning. Unlike all the other pastors, I didn't grow up in a church-going home. I won't say it wasn't a Christian home. My mother grew up in the Lutheran church, so Christian values were poured into me, but we never went to church. Accepted Jesus at the very end of my 17th year, so almost 18, just getting out of high school, but really didn't catch on to the fact that I needed to live for Christ until mid-20s. And when I did, this was like honey on my tongue. And as Pastor Nathan was talking about, just the words in there, I just desired more and more and more. So I started heavily getting into church, and I tried to stay home on one Sunday just to say, I'm going to take this day off and watch football. And I hated it. And I was like, I can't do this ever again. And never again did it happen. So anyway, I was always working with youth. And so I would go to the youth service, listen to the pastor. I'd be a leader within the youth. Listen to the pastor and get his words. I'd go to the main service, listen to the pastor, get his words. Open the Bible, hear the Bible, read the Bible, investigate the Bible. And as I noticed through the years, as it kept going on, I was actually retaining things. See, I've had this issue. I never went to college or furthered education in that manner because I can't retain things. I have horrible eyes for various reasons and a little dyslexia going on. So to be able to read and retain is horrible for me. I have to physically do before it starts catching on. But the Bible was clear to me. Normally when I'd read, I'd get nauseous and just want to throw the book away because I'm going to throw up pretty soon if I keep going on with this. With the Bible, everything was clear, and I could retain it, and it was a beautiful thing, and I desired it immensely. So as years were going on, I'd hear the lead pastor, he'd have his sermon, and following the same pastor over many years, he'd have repetitious sermons, and I'd be starting to think, well, why didn't he add this verse in here? He could add this verse in here too, because all these verses are saying the same thing. Why doesn't he bring that in there? And I just noticed that God was building me up. So for me, I want to tell you about God prophetically speaking, the Holy Spirit prophetically speaking into your life. So in 2005, I was actually leading a youth group at that time. And I take the kids to summer camp, and I'm just getting all jazzed up about serving God. I mean, even more than the levels I had been on. As I believe Pastor Tim was talking about stepping up to the next level, that kind of thing. And I said, God, I really want to become a pastor. I really need to be a pastor. He said, immediately, it's going to happen. It will happen. He didn't give me a time or anything. He just said, it's going to happen. And within 5 years of leading these youth at this church, I wasn't given the title of pastor, but I was definitely thought of and looked upon as a pastor at that point. God was building me, equipping me. Holy Spirit was working within me. So 2015, I'm at LifePoint at this point and leading junior high in the youth here. And I can't remember if it was a Wednesday night or what it was, but I'm just like walking to my car and going, God, I really need to do full-time ministry. And immediately he says to me, by this time next year, you will be doing that. And this was in the fall. This is in the fall. And come October 1st, the next year is 2016, I came on in staff at LifePoint here. And just a little tidbit of how much God cares about each and every one of us and how those little things he just throws out there to say, hey, I'm here, I'm with you, I'm listening. Let's keep doing this thing. I had no idea besides fall when that was happening. And last Thursday, was it literally Thursday? Or that was Thanksgiving, so it would be Wednesday. Our last week at the church, we're all going to come up here and talk about things. And I said, yeah, I'll talk about God speaking to me in this situation. And that reminder on Facebook just popped up on Friday So it's just a cool little tidbit of God loving you, of you're just deciding, hey, we're going to do this. And he says, yeah, and remember when this did happen? About this time in 2016. Just a beautiful God. He's used me in other ways with that, like when I pray for people, if they have cancer or some kind of illness or something, he will let me know that, yes, I'm going to follow this course of healing this person, or no, I'm not going to heal this person. And I don't question him on it one way or the other. I just know, because he's speaking, the Holy Spirit is speaking directly to me, yes, this is how this outcome's going to be. Which helps, as a pastor, it helps me prepare my heart for if he says, no, I'm not going to heal this person, I know that I have to get my heart in the appropriate place to be there for the loved ones around that person when it comes to them passing on and being with Jesus. There's been other things, but I'll limit it because I could talk for hours because God